Hello, today I will be presenting experiment 22, page 301 from Schreiner, nickel chloride and 2-hydroxy 5-nitrobenzaldehyde uh, experiment. To start with, we need to prepare a nickel chloride and 2-hydroxy 5-nitrobenzaldehyde mixture or reagent. This is done by adding 0.5 grams of 2-hydroxy 5-nitrobenzaldehyde dissolved in 25 milliliter of distilled water, then added to 15 milliliter of ethanol amine, as shown in the picture below. Then we can add 0.5 grams of nickel chloride hexahydrate dissolved in 10 milliliter of water. After mixing, we bring the total volume to 100 milliliter by adding water, distilled water of course. If the triethanolamine contains ethanolamine primary, it may be necessary to add 0.5 grams of the aldehyde and remove the resulting precipitate by filtration. This also shows how we diluted and kept on adding water until the final volume is 100 milliliter mixture. This shows how the reaction proceeds, starting with primary amines with the reagent prepared to hydroxy 5-nitrobenzaldehyde to finally give a solid or a turbid precipitate, as we will show in the tests later on. Now, talking about the test, we start with positive test. Butylamine and aniline would be perfect examples that would give positive results. Note that this test indicates primary amines. Starting with, we need to prepare a mixture of our analyte in 5 milliliter of water. If it dissolves, then it's ready to be tested. If it's not dissolved, then we can add 1 or 2 maximum drops of HCl concentrated and make sure it's dissolved. After that, we prepare 3 milliliter mixture in a test tube of the prepared reagent, and we add 1 drop of our analyte to the test tube. If a direct turbidity is present, then we can conclude directly that it's a positive result that indicates primary amines. If not, we have to wait 2 or 3 minutes, and if precipitate is present or turbidity, then we can actually indicate as well a positive result of primary amines. Shaking after each step, of course. Now, about negative results. Diethylamine and diethylaniline are perfect examples of negative results. We do the same. We prepare a 3 milliliter mixture of the reagent and a dissolved analyte solution, and we add 1 drop of our analyte to the 3 milliliter mixture. But here we should take into consideration that a very slight turbidity might be present, but this slight turbidity doesn't conclude a positive test, but may conclude impurities of secondary or tertiary amines, commercial tertiary amines or secondary, that might have traces of primary amines. And due to impurities, this would give a slight turbidity. Or if nothing happens, we should wait 2 or 3 minutes, and if there's no presence of any precipitation or turbidity, then we can say that it's a negative test. For a cleaning procedure, we prepare a gravity filtration of the mixture to isolate the liquid from the solid. Then the solid should be added safely to the hazardous solid waste container, and same for the liquid to the hazardous liquid waste container. A small discussion about this procedure and test is that this test is very sensitive and must be taken into interpreting it, as only a definite precipitate produced in considerable quantity indicates a primary amine, and as said, a slight turbidity would not indicate a positive test, but might be indicating impurities, because many commercial samples of secondary and tertiary amines contains traces of primary amines and will also produce a turbidity. This test is given by all primary amines capable of forming the shift space with our reagent 2-hydroxy 5-nitrobenzaldehyde. Hydroxyl amine and hydrazine substituted on only one nitrogen atom, which is primary amine, would give a positive test. Amides do not give a precipitate, and this test is not applicable to any kind of amino acids. Done. Thank you.